Hello, and welcome to a first look at Wildfrost. This game is a roguelike deck builder. Can you believe it? Your boy is back on the roguelike deck builder train. I know. But I've been pretty worn out about deck builders lately. However, I picked this one up just because I've been looking for something new to play, and I have some opinions on it. I mean, I always do. That's kind of the point of the series. I played 3 hours of this on stream last night, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to take you through the game as well, but it is a deck builder, so my knowledge at 3 hours is going to be limited. It's a first look, not an in-depth review. This game it came out yesterday when you're hearing this. It came out on April 12th, and I will begin with the most obvious thing you're going to see if you go to the Steam page right now. Out of 900 reviews, this game has mixed reviews, which is, oh my god, it's 56% positive. Ooh, buddy. Now, that may scare you off. However, the reason that everyone, and I mean every single review that I have found, is negative is because this game is too hard. Now, I want to begin this discussion by telling you that I believe that every single person's opinion in it when it comes to video games is valid, and you are allowed to hold whatever opinion you want to hold regardless of how good or bad you are at the game. I want you to not feel worried to tell me you think you don't like a game because it's too difficult. That is fair. However, every single one of these reviews is complaining that this game is too difficult, and I feel like it would be the equivalent of getting into Slay the Spire, getting to like Ascension 3, dying repeatedly because you don't understand how mechanics work, and then leaving a negative review and quitting the game. This game, I will say, from my perspective, I've played a lot of deck builders. If you do not know, I have like 2,000 hours in Monster Train, 2,000 hours in Slay the Spire. This is probably the hardest deck builder I've ever played to begin with. The base difficulty is very, very hard. We're used to games like Monster Train and Slay the Spire where the base difficulty is nearly unlosable, especially if you know what you're doing. This game is difficult. But I think that if you enjoy playing deck builders and enjoy getting into the like really difficult stuff, this will probably be something you enjoy. And if you don't, like if you don't enjoy the high difficulty stuff, that's fine, dude. It's 100% real. This game is hard, and that is my intro spiel. But if you go look at the reviews and you're turned off because it's half negative, it's because people have put like 3 hours. Like, all I'm saying, I will leave this as my final point on the difficulty. Someone in my Discord posted this review that someone left on this game. They said, I consider myself to be very good at roguelike deck builders. Open parentheses. I made it to Covenant 9 on Monster Train. Close parentheses. No judgment beyond that point. I will allow you to formulate your own opinion on if you want to take people's criticism that this game is too hard to heart. I believe this is a pretty fun one, though. My opinion is that it's very difficult, but every fight that I've survived has been very, like, whoa, I can't believe we made it out of this. So let's get into the basics. First of all, the settings menu is disgusting. Thankfully, you can turn off camera shake and screen flashes and target pull, and you can even turn off blood if you want. I know, there's blood in the deck builder. Can you believe that shit? But yeah, camera shake, it's actually unironically the most jarring camera shake I've ever seen in my life. I've played so many games, this has the worst camera shake in any game. It like smoothly rattles the screen. It is, I will show it to you in a fight. It is horrible. Audio menu, you know. And then video, you can't even change your resolution. I'm in windowed mode, but it only plays in full screen, which I think is very strange. Oh no, wait, my windowed mode wasn't right. It wasn't set to borderless full screen. Well, anyway, you can hang on, let me check. Can I resize? Okay, you can actually manually resize the window in windowed mode. But mine was set to windowed mode, but it wasn't actually a window. You can't see any of that on the OBS, but I understand now. Alright. I didn't even tell you who this game is by the way, I apologize. I got so into talking about the Steam reviews. This game is it's published by Chucklefish, who you may have heard of, and it's by a group named Deadpan Games, who made a game called Cave Blazers a few years back, which I did not play. But let's begin. Now, it's going to give me all the meta progress stuff because I just did not... I did not come back to the town at all. I said, fuck the meta progress. I'm here to play the game. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to tell you all the things that I think are wrong with this game initially, and then we're just going to play and I'm going to talk about the game as I like it. My biggest complaint with this game is that it is very difficult to pick up because each of these buildings is a different place, but there is no way, like if I hover over it, it doesn't tell me anything. I don't know what most of these are, and I'm supposed to just know. And I guess you just build up the knowledge over time. But again, from a first impression standpoint, it is annoying to have to learn like this, where you just click on each of them. I think this is the pet shop. Now, the way the meta progress works is you get achievements during your runs, and when you complete the achievements, you unlock new stuff at the town. So like, if I buy 5 discounted items over the course of my next few runs, I'll unlock a new starting character. These are our starting pets. This is basically just a card you get in your deck. I'm playing with Snoof. Snoof is my boy. Apply 1 snow. Now, the game does do the tooltip stuff very well. You do just get to hover over and see what the tooltips are. And you're looking at this and you're probably going, what the hell does any of this mean? Don't worry. Ah, yes. And, oh, we unlocked a new clan as well. I'm not going to go into the new clan. We're going to play as the Snow People because that's what I've played as so far. And then when we deal 1,000 damage, we'll unlock the 3rd clan. And it's going to give me the new invention. Slap Crackers? Add 3 clunkers to your deck. They got a lot of good names in this game. Right on. Anyway, the main thing I want to show you, though, is the way that the unlocks work, which is just that when you do achievements, you get unlocks. That's how it works. And you can go in here and you can look at the achievements, like get a 3 win streak, I'll unlock something. Equip 10 charms, I'll unlock something. Gain 40 blings from a goblin, I'll unlock something. That's really cool. I actually love this system because it encourages you to play in different ways. You know, survive an attack from King Moko. King Moko is an enemy that does 10 damage 5 times. Our starting heroes typically have about 8 HP. So surviving an attack from him, he also scales his attack, so surviving an attack from him is a pretty sweet challenge. There's also a daily challenge if you're into that sort of thing. I think it gives you, it gives you random modifiers and you get to see your deck. But let's begin. Sorry, I spent way too much time on this, but I want to show the meta progress stuff off because it's cool and fun. Oh no, it's giving me new characters. I don't want to play the new characters. Oh god. Okay, so character select. You get... So this is Blue Clan, this is Bone Clan. I'm going to play Blue Clan. So the starting hero, if I read this to you, when you start a run, you choose a leader, and the leader gives you a starting deck. The starting deck is based on the tribe. So I don't know anything about the Bone tribe because I hadn't unlocked them before. So we're going to be playing the Snow Dwellers. Ah, there you go. Now, my first problem with this game from the learning perspective is that you can't look at the starting deck. The starting decks are the same and you just have to kind of learn it, but you can't look at what cards you get when you pick a character. And I think that that is a shame. We're going to take Bolt Boar here. You can also rename all of your cards, so if you have friends watching or you just want to send your friends to their death, it's pretty fun. I will explain... Oh, we get to pick our pet as well. Do any of you have multi-hit? No, we're going Snoof. Me and my boy Snoof. It also shows you the names of all of your characters before this, so you can see my Twitch chat viewers who got named in there. So let's get into a battle, and I will just explain things here. So, before the fight begins, characters with a crown, which you can see, it's denoted by the little crown icon at the top. It's kind of hard to see, but if you compare it to a regular card, like this guy doesn't have a crown, he's just got the wooden point. Excuse me, there we go. This character has a crown, so before the fight begins, you get to play all of your crown cards once. It's basically like super intrinsic or like a free action. And so you start out with only your leader having a crown, and you can buy more later on. So, what are we looking at here? Well, first of all, this is health, this is attack. That part's easy. The bottom number is the counter, so enemies and your characters will attack when the counter runs down. So in 3 turns, this enemy, the Wild Snoof, will attack for 1 to the front enemy to front ally in this row, and it'll apply 2 snow. Snow stuns the counter for the amount of turns that you have snow on. So for 2 rounds, our counter will not tick down. Now, what is a round? That is the interesting part. A round happens every time you play a card. So we have just basic attacks here, 2 damage. We have the Sun Rod, which gives us 2 turn countdown on our side. We have the Snow Stick, which does 1 damage and applies 2 snow. Woodhead has 1 health and will tank 1 hit for us and then die. And then Flame Water gives us a +1 to our attack. I've never seen the Naked Gnome. Does absolutely nothing, by the way. So we're going to start out here, and we're going to freeze the Snoof. Actually, I'm going to freeze Grouchy here. So we hit him, and you will see it pulls in. The gameplay has begun. A few more things to note here. This timer on the right is how long until more enemies show up. So in 5 turns, another wave of enemies will appear. And last thing, you can move between rows freely. It is a free action to move your characters. However, if there is nobody in this row, the enemies will shift their attack up. So this is not a viable strategy to just go like, I'm out of the way now. They will still hit me. But you can use this to dodge attacks and have certain characters tank and things like that. So we're going to go ahead. Oh, last thing. How do you redraw? So the bell charges up every 4 turns, which is 4 cards played, and then you get to redraw for free, or you can spend a turn to redraw immediately. So we're just going to hit the Snoof twice and it'll die. Our counter ticks down, Snoof is dead, and then on our turn, our hero here will swing. Unfortunately, and of course, the hard part of learning a new deck builder is that you have to learn all the keywords. You know Snow. This attack, or this icon is Spice, which is basically temporary strength. Unfortunately, there's no ally behind, and Woodhead does not gain attack from this. I have tried and complained incessantly. So we'll play Flame Water here. Important thing to note that I've picked up is that when there's only 1 turn left, it's a free, like if I wanted to redraw there, it's free to play Flame Water because I would be losing my turn anyway. And I don't actually want to redraw it. We were going to play the Woodhead here. It's good to get him out so that he can tank later on. This is the Winter Worm. When you hit, it has 8 attack, and when you hit it, it glows down by 1. I'm gonna target fire the Gobbling. This guy gives you money. And we're gonna go ahead and redraw. Sunrod isn't super useful for us. Yes. And now we can play our ally Snoof. Here comes our boy. He's also here just to swing. He'll swing, he'll apply 1 frost. I'm gonna go ahead and just play 3 swords on the Gobbling here. And we're gonna give ourselves, what was this, $12? These 2 will just kill the, or not kill, but they'll basically, no, they will kill the Winter Worm. I forgot about the spice. My fault. Now, the lose condition is, of course, if our hero dies, we lose. Obviously. And the win condition is we have to kill the boss of each battle. Each battle has a boss at the very end. How much do I want to redraw here? I have 3 swords. I think it's good to just keep playing Flame Water. There's nothing better to do, so we can take the passive turn. First boss is pretty easy, the Snow Knight. One more mechanic to mention is that if we kill multiple enemies in a turn, we get a bonus to our money. So we're going to go ahead and try now to set up a multi-kill with the boss and the gnome. And the Snow King here, or the Snow Knight, he is not... some bosses have an effect that makes it so they can only be frozen 1 stack. This boss does not have that effect. And we can get ourselves a little bit of money here. We can't get a ton. We can get enough if we just go Scrappy Sword and kill 1. And then we will kill the boss with Bolt Thrower. And we get a little extra money for that. That's first combat. That combat was actually pretty easy. I have also found that some starting heroes and starting effects are significantly better than others. Oh. Oh, sick. I just didn't have the time to kill him, but now I have a friend. He's a naked gnome. Let's go, buddy. Right on. So he's a 1/1 with 2 health. Or a 2-turn counter, I mean. That's cool. Now we're on the overworld map. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning, I think that this map is one of the weaker parts of this game. So the way that you want to think about this is this game is broken up into 3 acts, and each act is broken up into 2 parts. So this is part 1 with a battle, and then part 2 is a boss fight. And then we will go into a new act, act 2 with part 1, part 2 boss fight, new act, part 1, part 2 final boss. That's how it breaks down. And if that didn't make sense to you, don't worry, it's tough. The other thing, of course, is that if you're just starting the game, Frozen Travelers, Treasure, Blink Snail Cave, Charm, what the fuck does any of this mean? And good question. Frozen Travelers gives you allies, which are the guys you get to play on your field. Treasure gives you a random card, Blink Snail Cave gives you money, and Charms give you charms. Sorry, I can't explain it any other way than that. Charms are basically upgrades for your cards, but you just get one at random. Let's see what we get today. Ooh, apply 1 snow. Yo, the Naked Gnome has a 2-turn countdown, actually. Giving him the snow charm. He's just going to be freezing someone every other turn. That's kind of sweet. I'm down. And then we get a Frozen Traveler. This will just be an ally, which plays with us. Yuki is extremely fun. This game has a ton of little cute Easter eggs, or not even Easter eggs, but like cute little things going on. I can't show this to you because I'm... actually, you know what? I could play Yuki. Every time you freeze an enemy, Yuki's attack goes up by 1, or it goes up by an amount equal to the amount you freeze. And, I mean, I'll let you see it. There's a fun little thing that goes on. I'm sure you'll notice it here. Okay, some new stuff to talk about. This enemy, when it attacks, applies Frost, which lowers your attack. This is basically weakened for 1 turn. This enemy has the keyword Barrage. It'll hit everything in the row. And this enemy, the Mimic, will attack only when another ally in his row attacks. So, my philosophy here is going to be to rush out our allies, but I do not want to take a hit from this Mimic. And if I go redraw into Yuki, I will get hit by the Frost Stinger, and I will get hit by the Mimic. So, with that in mind, I suppose the correct choice is going to be... It's going to be... We're not going to play our ally fast, unfortunately. We're just going to kill the Mimic off. The scrap HP, by the way, if you didn't pick up on it, it just means that no matter how much you do to them, they only take 1. It's basically tough enemies from Slice and Dice. I could do 4. I actually, if I had gone... there's not a great way to do this. Yeah, we're going to play the Snow Stick. And this guy is now frozen out completely. Here's the real question. How much do I care about this Porcupine? I think... So I have 2 options here. I could play the Woodhead to tank this, but I don't think it's that useful. I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to move Snoof up for free. The reason to do this, of course, is because this hits all targets in the row anyway, so you may as well get Snoof out of the way, or let Snoof tank it and have our character, Bolt Boar, not get hit for free, basically. Because I'm going to have our character here kill Frost Stinger. And I'm down to play Sunrod here and just let Snoof swing. Unfortunately, no spice if I do it this way, but that's okay. You can see the blood, by the way. Pretty wild. Crazy to me that this game just has blood in it. Alright, now here comes our team. We have time, get the Naked Gnome, and we will get in. Active, all allies get 2. I have 3 turns before anything happens to me, so we can drop the Yuki in. Now keep your eye on Yuki here. She's gonna get to be rather powerful. We have a pretty good setup here for her as well. This enemy, I think, will get to swing again. No, because he's frozen. He'll die when we swing on him next turn. Snoof freezes this. What I'm looking at here, because they never swing again, we can just focus on greeting here for the Gobbling. Which is what I'm going to do, because that dies. And then, if I kill the Ice Lantern, I get a little extra money, and I have to kill this eventually. So you may as well get the little 5 money extra. And Yuki kills the Mimic. I can freeze the Gobbling and then I will get max on the money out of it. Was the achievement to get 40 gold from a Gobbling? So you have to give it more HP and freeze it, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and redraw here, because the boss should be spawning on the 3rd wave. And I'm gonna drop the Woodhead. I do believe I'm going to do some more content for this game, by the way. I'm having a really good time with it, and it's hard. Apply 4 snow long shot. Ah, his furthest target in the row. I see. We can... So the fight ends when I kill the boss. It's a question of if I want to... What do I want to do? Do I just want to fire on the boss? I think I do just fire on the boss, actually, because if I run the numbers here, I have lethal over 2 turns. This is a game that very much encourages you to be thinking far ahead. And one other knock against it, though, is that it does have no way of previewing. There is no preview system. And I've had a few people in chat tell me that they ran into a lot of situations where they just died and didn't know it, or made their run unwinnable for themselves. But it's the sort of thing that you get over in time. So we're gonna assume the worst here. We go 9 damage, take a 2 weaken, because this is going to apply 2 weaken to us. Oh yeah, long shot, by the way, hits the furthest target away from it. So when this guy swings, he's gonna hit the snoof if he swings, but he won't. Oh, and this enemy, the ringer, has resist snow, so you can only put 1 snow on them. You can only delay them 1 turn at a time. Okay, so it's going to be 9, and then it's -2, which is 2, which is 11. -2, +3. Oh, I don't have guaranteed lethal here if I just Sunrod. If I Sunrod Sword, I have it, right? Because the way that this works is it goes 9 hits him, and this is assuming the worst case, which is Frost goes on to our characters here. It's like Bolt Boar goes to 2. You go to 2, you swing, hit him for 2. We're at 11 damage dealt. 2 goes to the gnome, or -2 goes to the gnome, but +3, so he's at 2. You're at 13. With a sword, it's a guaranteed. Oh, but my sword will do... My sword should go last, because this counts as a hit. If you right-click the enemy, you can see all of the information you need to know, by the way. It even gives you a description of what a hit is. And so a hit is any card with an attack symbol on it, but a hit is not a status effect. So if you have like poison on them, which there is poison in this game, it will not count as a hit. Okay, so we hit him for 9. And this is, by this happening, Yuki hitting like this, it's guaranteed lethal. I was assuming the worst, which is I miss on the Frost, but we did not miss. The Frost hit my snoof. Twice even. And there you go. Mini-boss defeated. Target eliminated. Not too bad. And now we are in the end of Act 1, as I will call it. We're going to go... So the Woolly Snail is the shop. We're going to go treasure money shop. For sure. I do kind of wish there was more intricacy to the pathing, but I think that's okay as well. The Moko Totem has 5 Frenzy, and if you get the spice to 10, it attacks and then destroys itself. So this thing effectively says, if you can get 10 spice on it, it'll do 50 damage and die. That sounds fun. And I have a character who applies some spice. Obviously, they don't apply enough spice on their own, but we can pick up some other cards to do it. Hopefully. And we'll see what's in the shop here. Yeah, apply 3 spice, apply 7 spice. Sounds good to me. First and foremost, if you are struggling with this game and you have found this video, step 1, if you're not doing it, is every single shop, no matter what you're doing, buy a crown. This is unbelievable value. You place the crown on a character, and now this character that I play will be in my... It'll be a free action to play them on the start of the turn. We're going to put it on the gnome so that he can be putting out 1 snow per turn. And then we're going to spend the rest of our money on the peppers. Increase health by 4 is kind of cool as well. Maybe lets you tank a little more. Sure, I'll try it. I've found that Frostbloom sounds good. It gives you the ability to give an enemy -3, and this is not as good as it seems, because eventually it just completely falls off. It also, importantly here, very importantly here, and I will now talk about one of the other, and there are a ton of interactions like this that are just weird and I think don't make sense. This attacks for 0 when you play it, so if an enemy has a triggers when hit effect and you play this on them, it'll proc their trigger on hit effect, even though it attacks for 0. That struck me as very strange. Now, next thing, and this actually tilted me the first time it happened to me. The boss enemies have 2 phases, and they don't tell you that anywhere. I went all in on a boss to kill them, and I was like, I'm 1 HP, but I killed the boss here. And then it split into phase 2, and I went, oh, I got fucked. This enemy, when you do 16 to it, will change. And also, his effect here is when an ally is killed, he gains their attack. The Makoko, every turn it'll attack, but it has no attack and scales up over time. We're going to want to freeze this enemy as much as possible. Because when it dies, it's going to feed its attack over to the boss. We're going to drop Yuki, though, because Yuki is a big part of our plan. And then we are going to just freeze out the Makoko. I do need a second tank, basically, because our hero is the tank right now, but our hero wants to be in front of the totem, but our hero also needs to be in front of the gnome. It's a bit of an issue. I'm going to ring the bell here and redraw because I don't want to play any of this. I want to get to the rest of my characters now. And we're going to drop Snoof. The Infernoko will hit both rows here. If I play Snoof, he dies. That's what happens. Because he's going to go down, he's going to take 2 from the Porcupine, and then he's going to take 1 from the Ape. So I have to play Woodhead to take the barrage. The Makoko gets obliterated. If you didn't pick up on it, by the way, enemies always attack first. We always go second. Unless you use Sunrod to set an attack, or you can set your turn timer to 0, and then you will go before an enemy on 1. You'll go instantly. More enemies on the way. Another Makoko. It's fine, because as long as the Makoko's in front, if the Makoko gets behind the boss, we will just lose. Because it becomes impossible to kill it. But it is in front of the boss, so we're chilling. I'm gonna play... Oh, the Pepper Reaper does 2 damage, by the way. I didn't notice that. Does that change what I want to do here? I think I'm going to kill the Porcupine here over 2 turns, because we'll freeze the Makoko. It's only going to give 1 to the boss. We can give Flame Water to Snoof and then do 2 to the Porcupine. Yeah. And then Scrappy Sword does 2, plus Snoof's 4 kills it. The boss is scaling up quite a bit. He's a little frightening. I can also use this Moko Totem to tank 2 hits, though, which is very good. Unfortunately, the Frostinger will kill it. I see the problem here. It's 1 plus 4, so I think we're going to increase our health by 4 on Snoof so that he doesn't die here. He can just take the hit. Seems fine. Our hero's down to 3, which is spooky, but we're pretty in control here. We get to deploy our totem, and I can actually proc it as soon as the boss spawns, now that I look at it. So we go Pepper Reaper on the Moko Totem. We have lethal, I think. The boss is flipping now, because this is a boss battle, and not a mini-boss. Now, if I understand correctly, I just play Dragon Pepper and win the fight, because this does 50? Yeah. I do think it's a little bit of a shame that... Oh, it does keep going. Okay. Interesting. That's surprising. I've had it... So... If one of your characters has an attack, they get to finish their attack for the sake of combo. However, if you kill a boss and an enemy would die to a damage over time effect, the fight ends before the damage over time effect goes off. That is what we just learned. Well, you didn't know that because we haven't seen damage over time effects, but I do that. Anyway, at the end of the first act, you get to pick a bell. You would think I would pick card draw, but card draw actually sucks. It's really not that useful. You get more card draw out of lowering the redraw timer. And then +1 companion, I think I just don't know what that does, honestly. We're in Act 2. I'll play this run through for you because I'm having fun and we're kind of chilling. Step 1 of becoming better at this game is going to every shop. New companion. Foxy is pretty solid. You also pick Bonnie, who doesn't attack and just heals 2 to all. Fun Gun, he has the damage over time effect here. Apply to Shroom, increase by 1 when hit. I'm pretty sure Foxy is actually broken for our setup with Spice, though. Let's go, Foxy. It's all damage. Oh, companion limit. Here you go. Sorry, Yuki. The thing that is cool about Yuki, by the way, which I don't know if you noticed or not, you can go back and check. When Yuki increases her attack, her snowball gets bigger. So Yuki can have a snowball the size of the screen. But this build has shifted away from Yuki. Sorry, Yuki. Now we have to go pick up our money first. I get money, I get money. I think it gives you a random amount of money, but I'm not sure. Click crown, because we're in a place with a crown. And we're going to crown. We don't have to put this on companions. It's just typically right to, I feel like. Ah, Yuki's on the bench. I see. So we could bring her back if we wanted to. I'm gonna crown Foxy here. Now, the problem, of course, is that the Naked Gnome is extremely vulnerable, but we'll figure it out. Count down our turn by 1. Add a frenzy and increase the turn counter by 1. Apply 5 shield, but it does 2 damage. Or Berry Blade, heal 3. Basically, deal 3, heal 3. I'm gonna bank the money because I want to be able to buy another crown. If there's a shop in the next ring, or in the next ring, oh god, in the next area, we want to buy another crown, for sure. I guess the gnome can just go in the back. Every fight has a theme, by the way. This fight's theme is that the enemies get stronger the more shield they have. Shell is just shield. I don't know if I explicitly said that, but now you know. And I'm just gonna let the totem chill. And it will pop off. We want to put Bolt Bore in front of Foxy on the turn counter here, so we Sunrod. Now Foxy gets 3 spice and deals 4x3, which will kill... The music in this game, by the way, I didn't mention this yet. Music in this game goes pretty hard. Here, I'm actually going to play this combat and shut up so you can just listen to the music, because it does go. I'm going to turn it up a little bit as well. I'll be back after this fight. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this mechanic, by the way, because it's not something I do all that often. But you can pull your characters back into your deck. Sorry, I have to talk over the music for a bit. You can pull your characters back into your deck to heal them. They keep all of their increases, like their attack and their... I don't know if they keep their spice, but they keep like buffs and health increases, and they heal, I think, 5 HP. It might just be half their HP. I don't know. I forgot to mention that completely. You cannot pull your leader back. But yeah, I just don't do it all that often because it feels weird, and it doesn't feel like it's all that useful typically. Also, it doesn't cost you an action to do that. Like, I could just pull Snoof back if I wanted to. Typically, I find that it is not useful, though. Anyway, back to being quiet. And we won. Yeah, the music in this game is sick, and the art style is very cute. And it's pretty hard, too, so overall I've been having a good time with it. Battle, that was... Oh, it's like, is it Battle Battle Boss? Maybe it's Battle Battle Boss. I'm not sure. This will be a pretty long video, though, which is fine. We're gonna go to the Muncher. This is card removal. While active, add +3 to allies in the row. Apply, oh yeah, apply 1 demonize so you take double damage, but you heal 7 HP, or you can play it on an enemy that's full health. Pretty cool card. I'm gonna go Molten Dip and just go +2, because it's hard to... My battlefield is pretty full, so we're just gonna take the item that does it. We'll head over and grab the charm. Run's going pretty well. I've already been feeling pretty good. Apply 1. Oh, wow. Now, I don't think you can take... Yeah, you can't move charms around. You can't take them off of enemies or anything like that. Oh, wait. Can I put this on the gnome? He's actually so nuts. I did not know you could put 2 on him. This is the strongest gnome in the universe. Welcome to Gnome Strats. Hello. Yeah, so we can throw up to 2 items away here. I tend to just throw away the swords because they're pretty useless. Sometimes you throw away the +1 because you don't care about it, the +1 attack. This fight's bullshit. I hate this fight. This enemy, eat a random ally and take their attack and health and their status effects. 28-4. This dude's actually scarier than the boss. This enemy has aimless Bigfoot. He hits a random target. He's not tankable, so you just have to play around it. And then this guy just hits here and hits 2 every turn. My unit's in the wrong order. You can just drop the dip right away. Pretty big for Foxy to get that. I think I'm able to just burst the Woolly Drek down actually with the +7. Yeah, I can just kill it if I move my team up. Just give Foxy the +7 here. 10/3. Foxy tears them apart, especially with the Demon Eyes. And I'm gonna turn the game down by the way. Sorry, I forgot about that. My fault. I'm gonna give our leader some juice. Being able to just crush that Drek is huge. Very useful. And this guy's aimless, and since there's no one here, I can either move someone down to tank it or freeze him, and I'm going to freeze him. And then with the spice, we'll be able to push right through him. Drop Snoof, our boy. Snoof is mostly here to tank hits. Now, there are other mechanics that we haven't actually seen. I was going to talk about it when it happened, but if one of your characters dies that isn't your hero, they come back to life at half health and half attack in the following fight. Which we haven't actually seen yet, which is wild. This is when hit gain 2 spikes. So if I move like this, it'll be 2 damage, or 12 damage to the Bigfoot, it dies. 6 here, gain 2 spikes, 6 here, kill and take 2 in return. And then we'll put 1 in a freeze on the Gromble, which is fine with me. And we will freeze Big Boy up top. Foxy is farming in this run, though. Foxy plus Bolt Boar here, incredible. What a combo. We can start farming up our totem as well. I did use my +7, but this totem can just tank 2 hits for me, which is also acceptable. You're dead. I think the right way to do this, important thing to note here as well, if you Sunrod on 1, you are wasting 1 efficiency, basically. If I were to play Sunrod on Bolt Boar here, it would go to 0 and then loop back around, or it would not loop back around, you don't go to 3, right? Because our counter is 4, so it does not go to 3 when you reset, you do go to 4, so you are losing a little bit. However, despite that, I am going to play this, because it kills this guy, gives me juice here, refreezes Bigfoot, and sets Foxy up for a kill. And we're gonna go Woodhead. I'm actually maybe just going to the Moko Totem chill and be a tank here. Big Lou. Apply 2 snow, and it does a 5 damage barrage. This guy's spooky, but The damage output isn't that bad, and we can maybe just tank it. I can redraw. I feel like it's unlikely that we're going to get the Moko Totem up to 10 spice, so it's just here to tank hits for me. We get some Demon Eyes here. How much is this if I go... It's 18 if I play Pepper Reaper here. I think I race the boss. I'm pretty sure I can do it. I get 18 from this hit, and then next turn I get 21. Oh, he dies. Yeah, he's actually just dead on my screen if I play Pepper Reaper on my character. Because the Demon Eyes does double damage. Gives Foxy... Oh, but the Pawpaw is going to kill Foxy. Because he's going to keep swinging, and he's going to swing into it. Let's see if I can draw the heal 4. Yeah, I can save you. We take 1. It's over, and then he swings into the Pawpaw, but it's fine. No, my gnome! It's okay, he's a 1-1, so he actually doesn't have anything happen to him for injury. I didn't see that happening, though. Alright, second act boss, we're going... Probably Charm. The Charm was pretty good last time. This run is cruising. I feel like I've been starting to get it now as well with this game. Apply 1 poison. This is the world's... This guy's going in the screenshot. I gotta screenshot this guy. He's going on the thumbnail for sure. I have created God. Oh, we gotta go get the crown. Crown me. The Noomlin biscuit is interesting, and we'll talk about it here in a sec. I don't hate just giving it to Molten Dip here. Playing out all our units is cool and all, but how important is it to get Snoof on turn 1 versus the +2 on turn 1? I'm gonna go for the +2 on turn 1. Noomlin biscuit is interesting. What it does is it gives you... It gives one of your cards does not end your turn when played. Ice Dice applies 1 block to a random ally or enemy. So this game does have a very surprising amount of randomness to it as well. I will mention that. There was a situation I had where there's an enemy in this game, which we may end up seeing, which applies a debuff that says when you attack, instead attack a random ally. And it put me into a position where it went on my leader, because if it went on anyone else... Basically, whoever tanked it, it put me in a 1 in 4 chance to just lose the game, because if the random target was my leader, I died. And if the leader did it, one of my characters had attack back, so when they got hit, they would return fire, which would also kill my leader. So it ended up being just, no matter who takes it, there's a 25% chance that I lose the game. Which was a little interesting. Give me a charm here. I got a lot of money. Make my gnome stronger. Add a frenzy and gain consume? Okay. Right, this can't go on your characters, but this already has... Oh, it can't... Oh, you can't double up? That's just a shame. Can't get consume on a card that already has consume. So we get double value out of the heal, or we can get double snow. Or we could just get 2 attack out of this. Getting double value out of a card is cool. I think it's gonna go on the juice. Increase health by 8, and then go away. I'm down. Alright, let's get out of here. Slapcracker looks like a fun attack as well. Crunker? I've never seen this guy before. Oh, interesting. So he hits targeted spots. And he hits for 8, so we could just dodge his hit. Interesting, interesting. So he's got 3 turns before he goes, so we're just going to start out and get our Molten Dip going. But because of how my team is set up, I cannot... I have to play a totem. Wait, can I... Oh, he's 8 HP. He has like... We have to hit him 8 separate times. Okay. So we don't just get to bulldoze with the totem. But we can also kind of just bulldoze with the totem. I'm going to play the totem so that it can tank a hit for me effectively from the boss. Apply 2, weaken. Boss goes in 2, Spuncher goes in 2. This thing attacks me right away. Oh wait, I can't avoid the damage. I see. I'm gonna have to recall Foxy. Oh wait, the boss isn't... First of all, this might not even be the boss, now that I think about it. But yeah, he's not freeze immune. I just freeze him. Yeah, we just freeze these guys out, I see. My totem did eat a -2, which is gonna hurt when it gets to 10 spice, but it's not that big of a deal. Let's deploy the boy. Get in there, Snoof. Foxy drops the Spuncher to 1. I'm down to just kill it. I think it's the right play. We're gonna take 1 on Snoof, but that's okay. Better than 3 on our leader, I think. Oh, and we are now hitting the boss, which is important. Because yeah, getting poison on him means that he's gonna start ticking down faster. Does the poison insta-proc the Demon Eyes? That's interesting. And by interesting, I mean terrible. Right, so Noomlin Biscuit here is... If I play this now, my next turn is free. And whatever I play this on, I'm gonna play it on... I think it goes on the Sunrod here, because everything else is kind of whatever. Now the Sunrod is a free play. Oh, I did not see this. Ah, this isn't good. I'm about to get smoked by this Bombard. I think we have to sacrifice a bunch of stuff here. I messed up. Well, let's see, hold on. What can I do? My Sunrod is free. That's what I'm trying to look for here. So I can have one of my characters go right now. I can have Foxy go before the enemies do. And I could do like... It doesn't do anything. I guess I could Pinkberry Juice? The gnome is dying here. The gnome is just going to eat the Bombard. I fucked up. It's my fault. The gnome has to die. And I think it's going to be we save Snoof and we lose our totem and our woodhead here for Bombard. It's not great. That was a big mistake. We can survive, though. This enemy is tough. It'd be really, like, free if I had good freeze, though. If I had good ways to stop him from attacking me, we would be chilling. You know what I should do, actually? I think I'm gonna cut this video in half. I didn't realize I've been going for 50 minutes already, and we're not even out of the second act. I should cut this video at the first act and make that the end of the first look, and then I'll make this section into its own video. Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll put a little thing in there explaining what's going on. I just thought about it. I've been very engrossed, though. New deck builder, it's starting to get its hooks in me. Sunrod is free. Remember that Sunrod is free here. So I need to get to work killing Krunker here. I'm gonna go ahead and Sunrod to kill the Grink. It's gonna hit for 1. I think the correct choice here is to let Snoof tank this and then pull him back. And we're gonna go gain 8 health on our hero. Snoof gets hit and will actually recall here for the first time in ever. He heals 5, he comes back. And then you see it didn't cost me anything to do that. We'll just redraw here. See what we get. Ah, Sunrod's free. If I move up, I think we move up and we play Sunrod on our hero. That next turn we'll punch right through these, and we will double freeze Krunker. Yeah, our boy here will just bulldoze. He will double kill. And we will... Oh, but I'm taking 1. I don't care about taking 1. Double freeze Krunker. And then it's at 2. I'm down to... I mean, this play is free. Remember that this play is free when you're on 1? Because redrawing costs the same as playing a card here. So we should just hit him for 1. Or I'm gonna hit him for 1. The boss is gonna spawn, and then I'm gonna kill him next turn. Oh, is this the boss? This might be the boss. I might be misinformed. Are you the boss? Also, this is counterattack after taking a hit. An interesting effect of Smackback is if you freeze this, it will not get its counterattack. What happens? Oh, he starts shooting himself? Huh. He starts shooting his own team. Thankfully it's free to dodge, so we just get the hell out of here. All allies +3 and all enemies -3. If he shoots the wall, I bet the wall hits him. We just freeze the Grink, but we don't take the weaken here. Oh yeah, he's just killing himself, I see. This boss seems kind of interesting in that he's just going to now implode. Just play Snoof and we let him die. Not Snoof, the boss. Give me Flame Water. He's like, he dies, right? He just hits himself twice here and the Smackback. Oh, the Smackback. No, it does Smackback him. How about that? This boss is another case though where it feels like this is very RNG. Imagine he's just hitting me in ways that I can't dodge. It kind of feels like I got through the hard part though, and now I'm getting the easy part. No more enemy spawns, things like that. Yeah, he's dead. Don't hit the wall. Brother, don't hit the wall. You fool! That kind of sucks that it does that, I gotta say. I think he's injured now. We're not gonna take Companion Limit, I'll take Card Draw. Is he injured? He is injured. That's kind of bullshit. Oh well. It's okay, Foxy, I don't blame you. I'm gonna go Charm again. And we'll see what it is. The treasures don't sound that useful to me. Increase turn counter by 1 and +3. That seems good for Foxy. Oh, but he's injured, so that was only a +1 here. What a shame. On to the battle. Oh fuck, it's hog wild. These hogs are about to go hog wild. Gain a frenzy when other wild cards are killed. So when I kill these hogs, he gets stronger. So if I kill the hogs, I have to be ready to kill the warthog, or else I'm going to get crushed. That's the trick of this fight. So we're just going to let these two hogs go hog wild here, I suppose. If you will. Pepper Reaper seems pretty dead to me. I'm gonna drop Snoof. We are going to kill this hog. The correct choice might just be to fast redraw here for a freeze. Or no, you know what the correct choice is? The correct choice is to kill this hog and then freeze the warthog. Oh, they all gain it. Oh, my fault. I just killed Snoof. I did not think about it like that, but that does make sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I get it. Well, sorry, Snoof. My B. The Moko Totem seems pretty useless here too, because it's just going to get crushed by these multi-hits. So we're going to keep power scaling Foxy. I'll wait for the Noomlin Biscuit to hit something useful. Does 5/3, which lets me kill here. I will take 6, though. I think I take 3 and kill one of these hogs with a snow stick. And then I let the attack go naturally. Oh, fuck, wait, he attacked? Oh, does he have smack? Oh, he has smackback. Well, I died. You see, and right here, I just lose the fight, and the game is over. All of that work, and I just die. Why do I die? Because I didn't read smackback. It is definitely something that many people have complained about, which I do see, which is that there is no way that the game warns you or tells you, like, hey, you're about to die if you end turn here. I did not even realize I was losing there. So you have to be super, super careful, and you have to make sure you read everything. And it's very punishing when you don't inherently know every single mechanic. You know what? I think I am going to put this up as one video, actually. I don't mind it just being an hour. That's actually fine. I was thinking this was gonna go because I think there's probably another 30 minutes left in the run, but just dying there is fine. So overall, I think that this game is a very high learning curve, like very, very high learning curve, and it's very. Some of the fights that I played when I was getting into the groove of it were very enjoyable, and they felt rewarding when I was winning. But this game also has a lot of situations like this where you just go, "Oh, I misread something. I am dead," and that can feel very bad. So I understand the negative criticism of the game, but calling a game too hard or too difficult just because you are 3 hours in and don't know everything intrinsically is weird to me, which is why I have a problem with the Steam reviews. Overall, I think that if you watch my channel regularly, you're probably a pretty core deck builder player, and this game will probably be something you enjoy. Because ultimately, as I always say about games like this, I believe everyone can do it. I made it to Covenant 25. I made it to Ascension 20. I think you can as well. You just have to want to. And if you want to sink your teeth into a pretty deep deck builder, this one seems very good to me. It is eternally funny to me though that they just put exit to desktop on the end screen. Oh, you lost. You want to fucking cry? You gonna cry? Close the game, baby. All right, thanks for watching. Let me know if you picked this game up. I'm probably gonna do a little series on it because I'm digging it. So we'll see. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.